A North Texas doctor who specializes in treating cancer is trying to get the word out. If you want to improve your health, he says the single most important step you can take is to cut back on sugar. Dan Godwin takes a closer look in tonight's Fox Forward.
Dr. Jerry Edelman has an oncology practice in Irving. That's the treatment of cancer. He's also got a PhD in molecular biology, and he's got a new book out called Sugar Rehab. The premise of the book, it's sugar. That's the primary contributor to obesity, and obesity is the #1 health problem in America. So if you're overweight, you've got to cut back on your sugar intake. Dr. Edelman, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Dan.
We'll talk about what's going on with the items on the table here, but we want to mention, of course, in addition to cancer, obesity is associated with a number of other very serious illnesses: cardiovascular disease, arthritis, diabetes, kidney disease. Certainly, obesity is something that needs to be taken very, very seriously.
That's correct.
All right, your book, Sugar Rehab, is not, though, a diet book in the strict sense.
That's correct. We want to try to stop people from thinking about diets. Diets are usually not sustainable, and therefore they lead to a high failure rate and frustration.
But there are, in your book, a lot of principles, guidelines, suggestions that you have for folks, including being on the lookout for hidden sugar in places you may not expect it. Like, here's an example right here.
That's correct. Yeah, let's take a look. So the idea here is the Coca-Cola and the tonic water have the equivalent amount of sugar. If you look at the label for sugars per serving, you'll see that, and that's what I want to heighten people's awareness to.
17, I think, sugar cubes we carefully stacked up. Okay, what about this display right here? We've got some granola bars and Oreos.
Correct. And so the granola bars have the equivalent amount of sugar that there are in 2 Oreos, and the number of sugar cubes is in front of you. That's how much sugar you're consuming in both the granola and the Oreo.
So, in other words, despite the packaging, just be aware. One of the concepts you try to emphasize, if something that is in the grocery store has more than 2 grams of sugar per serving, don't buy it.
Don't bring it in your house.
And how about this?
So here we have Dan, we have a protein light. So everybody thinks that something light is going to be non-fattening. There's more sugar in this protein light product than there are in the Oreo cookies.
Okay, the book also helps people when they're in restaurants, what to order, what not to order. In the grocery store, what you can buy and what you should not buy. And you, again, are, despite the negative press that we've heard about artificial sweeteners, you think they're not nearly anywhere near as big a concern as sugar.
Yes, I think obesity, as you said at the beginning, is our enemy. And I think sugar substitutes can be a useful tool to help us go from being obese to not obese.
Right. All right. Well, Dr. Edelman, thank you so much. The book is called Sugar Rehab.